Hello, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I am going to be showing you how to create a basic clicker game with a shop, and let's get right into it. So, probably don't need the Scratch Cat unless you were choosing to make a Scratch Cat clicker, but I will just get a button and we will use this as our clicking object. So we're going to center this, and what we're going to do is we are going to create a variable and call it cash, and then show that, and we are going to have an event when this sprite is clicked. You are going to change cash by 1. This is incredibly simple, but what you could also do is you could make another variable and call it cash per click, and this one you do not need to show, and you can change cash by cash per click, which I will talk more about in a little bit. So then what you're gonna want to do is to make this, if you wanted it to shrink or if you wanted it to like darken a bit, here we can, maybe you wanted it to just like completely go white for a second when you click it. I'm gonna make it go completely black. And so make sure that you have the costume switch to the first, so that when you start the game it doesn't have it on the other costume. And once you have that, make sure you also set your cash to 0, so that when you start a new game it drains your cash. And then you are going to switch costume to button 2, and then you can wait 0.05 seconds and then switch your costume back to button 1. And what this is going to do is this is going to give it a little black screen for a second every time you click it. And also you are going to want to set cash per click to 1, so that you're getting $1 per time you click this. So what this is saying is when this sprite is clicked, change cash by cash per click, and cash per click is set to 1, so it will change our cash by 1 every time. And then if you start a new game, it'll set it to 0. And then to make a shop, I will get some more buttons, and this is what I'll be using for the shop. I'm gonna put this off a bit because I think that looks kind of cool right there. And so this gives you 2 options. So I am going to say $150, and you get plus 1 CPC, which is cash per click. And if you don't think anybody will understand that, then you could just say that in the description of your game, so that you can make sure that people know what you're talking about. And so once you have that, you can go back into the code, and this part is important that you follow along perfectly, otherwise it will not work. So when this sprite is clicked, if money is greater than or equal to, it takes a second, if cash is greater than or equal to 150, then change cash per click by 1 and change cash by -1, and or minus 150, and this will change your cash per click by 1. So if you just click this until you have 150 cash, then use it to get 1 cash per click. Here I'll actually just set my cash to 150 really quickly, And so then I will click this, and you'll see the cash goes to 0, and I am now getting 2 cash per click. And that is how you do the cash per click, and then if you do it again, it'll give you 3 that time. And yep, your cash per click sets to 1 when you click the green flag. And then we are going to make another shop, and this one is going to be the cash per second. So I'm going to move this one off the screen. And you could do this as many times as you want. I'll talk a little more about that in a bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to do, let's say this is $150 as well. And this will give you +1 CPS, and that is cash per second. Not to be confused with cash per click. So make sure that you also talk about that in your description so that people know that CPC is cash per click and CPS is cash per second. What you're going to do with this one is when this sprite is clicked, you are going to do the same thing if money is equal to or greater than $150. Then change cash by -150, and then you're going to make a new variable and call this CPS, and that's going to be cash per second. And this does not need to be shown, but it can if you want. You could also show cash per click if you wanted to, but I am not. So what you're going to do is you're going to change CPS by 1, and what I like to do is I will put this in the main buttons script, and I will do, or we already have a when the green flag is clicked, so we will just do forever. Wait 1 second. Change cash by cash per second. So if we were to set our cash to 150 and then purchase this, then you will see the cash goes up by 1 every second. And as I was saying earlier, with these you can duplicate them and you can move them back anywhere you want. You can change the art to be like 200 or anything you want, and then all you have to do is change the price by these guys and then change the amount of cash per click you want to give them right here, and then make sure that this is the negative version of these. That was all, and I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.